In video description, I have provided the link to download free practice model. Please subscribe to this channel. Hi friends, in this video we are going to see how to create the strengthening rib and doghouse for the scuff plate part. In previous video, part 1 video, we have created the rear door scuff plate part from the scratch from the A surface. So in this video we will see the attachment for the tower clip and strengthening rib. So the tower clip doghouse I have created in the separate video. So that video description I have provided in the video description. That link I have provided. So here I am going to pull that doghouse by using the power copy method. Just I am creating the geometrical steps. So how I have designed the clip tower doghouse is by giving the input of point, axis and direction. So what I am going to do is I have to create the inputs for the doghouse tower clip. So here we will see the attachment strategy. So this part overall length is around 390 mm. So my first attachment should be from the end of the part. It should not more than 25 mm. So I am going to create it near, like taking the 20 mm. So this is initial level. So initial level you can create it by following the design rule. In later stages, after getting CAE analysis, your fixation location may change according to your test report. So for initial purpose, just I am maintaining 20 mm from both edges to create the clip tower doghouse. So we are going to use the metal clip for this attachment strategy. So I have created the clip tower as per the standard size. So what are the standard feature you are going to use in your design? So you can create it and create it under, saved it under catalogs, so that it will be helpful for you whenever creating the part, and by simply you can pull the profile. So I am going to create the line with 20 mm from this edge. The same way we need to follow for all the 4 clips on the edges. So if you follow this video, I have clearly explained. If you want to see the close volume creation, you have to check the part 1 video of the same sub playlist. So part 2, this one, and part 3 will consist of door seal locator and B-pillar snap attachment. Fourth part will consist of the parting line creation and tooling direction. This cuff plate part is coming on the rear side of the under the door. So this is the hard trim part. This is the aesthetic part. So it is between the C pillar lower and as well as B pillar lower. In between these two, this part is covering the attachments. In some of the cars, they will engrave the part name on the scuff plate, car name. So I have created the orientation line and I have created the axis system. Same way I am creating on the opposite side. So whenever you created the points, make sure it is related to coordinates, because if I want to move the doghouse in Z direction, in that scenario, if I have the coordinate point controlled points, so that easily I can move it. So if you are attending some tube test, these are the main thing the evaluator will see, how much your part is robust. If someone wants to update it, how it is simple and easy to update the part. So if you are not completing the part also, not a problem, but the approach should be proper. So I'm going to pull the clip tower doghouse. So already I have created as a power copy. So inputs also I have created. First I am giving the orientation line, then point, then plane. If you want to see how to create the power copy and how to create the clip part, please check the description. I have provided the video link. So one side it is came. For the second side I'm doing the same for all the 4 sides. We need to do the same. So for all 4 sides I have created and added in this video. So from the edge of the part, your first attachment should be less than 25 mm. So I have followed the same, and then you can have the second attachment one below the between. It should not maximum 150, minimum 100 mm. So my fifth attachment will be on the center. In this video I have not created the fifth attachment. For it, once again if I create it, it will have more time, so that is the reason I have not added at the center. So according to your requirement you can create the clip tower and its orientation. 80% of the scuff plate profile will be same, and the same attachment strategy they used to follow as per this video. If you are the beginner, then this kind of trim parts only they used to give for the tool test. If you are looking for the job in automotive trim design, you can go through this video. It will be helpful for you. So for all the 4 sides I have created. So just I have created on the 20 mm height. Later on I will change it. So this one is reference. On the mating part, the attachment area we need to have this much flat at least, and this profile, so it should have the bend, and it should match with this, whatever the reference, match to the reference profile. So next time going to add all this clip tower inside one body, so that it will be easy to do the trim operation. So whenever you are adding any features, better you go with the trim option. Don't go for add or assemble. Maybe it will create some void on the part, so that if you do trim, your profile will become proper without any issues. So now I have added this. If you see, it is on the air. For just checking that one, I have added. If I have done trim, it won't create, it will show through an error. So what I'm going to do is I have to move this point below 5 mm. So if I have not done this one point created by coordinates, it will take more time while updating. So instead of 20 mm, I'm going to give 15, so that in Z direction these doggos all together, it will move 5 mm below, so that I can easily do the trim option. So always have the contact. I'm changing this add to trim. I'm going to select the surfaces which needs to trim on the rear side. If your profile is continuous, in that case you can select only one. If it is not continuous, then you need to select individually. So whenever you are giving trim, just check with one surface selected and give OK. If it is not trimming, then you can go and click on the multiple surfaces. See, in this scenario it is not taking, so I need to give all these 3 surfaces to remove. So this is how you need to work to reduce the time. So next we are going to add the strengthening ribs to the part. So I'm going to create one more geometrical set for adding the sketches, lines, points inside the design for the rib profile. So I'm going to use the axis system for creating the sketch profile for the rib. For creating rib, we need to follow the design rule. I have created already one video regarding rib design rule. I will provide the link of this video in the description. You can check that video for the design rule of rib creation. So rib is to add the strengthen to the part. If it is a longer part and if it is having any warpage, so your rib will help to I'm going to create the sketch. So this part is longer part. It is around 400 mm. So we need to have the rib on the horizontal to this part. If you are adding on the vertical, there is no use. You need to add it on horizontal so that it will reduce the warpage defect. First, initially we need to add it roughly. Later on, once the CA analysis is done, according to that you can modify your ribs. So that it will be properly designed part. And also we need to consider the environmental parts while designing any feature, whether it is having proper clearance or it is locking properly, or if it is having any interference. We need to avoid all the interference with the surrounding parts. So by just I have drawn one line and offsetting it to some 30 mm. And instance I have mentioned some 10 number of instance. So on the corners anyhow we have attachment, it will also act as a strengthen to the part. So I have removed in that area. I'm going to create on the center. So here I have created my sketch. I'm going to add the material. So whenever you are creating the features, try to create it in the separate body, then only it is easily editable. And finally you can trim that body with your main part body. So all the operations related to that feature, it can be under the single body itself. So just I'm going to reverse the direction and I'm going to maintain the thickness of 40% of my nominal thickness. 40% of my nominal thickness is, so here you can, so neutrally selected 2.5 mm my nominal thickness into 0.4, then I'll get 1 mm. So this is how you need to design the ribs. The spaces between the ribs, at least minimum it should have the 3 times of nominal thickness. My nominal thickness 2.5 means minimum 7.5 mm gap should be there between the ribs. Height depends on the draft value and we need to maintain the minimum thickness of the part. Minimum thickness of plastic part is 0.8. If it is more than less than 0.8, then you will have the short fill defect. Material won't fill in that area on the mold, so it will have the defect. So these are the consideration you need to follow during the trim part design. So I am going to create a surface to remove the material on this pad. So on the height of my rib I am going to use 3 mm. So 3 mm is enough. So what I am going to do is I am going to offset that base B profile, B side of the part and offsetting into 3 mm and I will remove the material beyond the 3 mm. If you like this video, please like, share and add your comments. Please subscribe to this channel. If you want to discuss any part, you can add it in comment. We will see that part and we will check the attachment features also. This video consists of 4 parts. First part is generating A to B. Second part is consisting of rib creation and doghouse creation. Third part, side profile attachment of door seal and locator on the B pillar areas on the sides. Fourth part will consist of parting line creation and tooling direction for this part. Regarding doghouse creation for the clip tower, I have created a separate video. That video link is provided in the below description. If you want, you can check that. And if you want to learn about power copy, on the same link you can check it. I have used power copy for the clip tower doghouse creation. So before splitting the part, I'm going to add the draft. Just I'm checking whether it is coming properly or not. So my rib is coming out. When if I try to trim it, it won't come properly. So I'm going to reduce the rib length. Otherwise I can do one more split on this side, but instead of that I can reduce the sketch length of the line by the help of sketch. Before that I will try to add the draft. So this is the body concept. So all your future belongs to rib, needs to come under the one body, so that it will avoid confusion and it is easy to modify the part. In next part we will discuss about the door sill attachment feature and B pillar lower side attachment feature, and it acts as a locator. Please check my previous videos and learn the CATIA in advance. Just I'm hiding it because I'm not able to get the proper plane for that. So this video is fully detailed without reducing or removing some operations So that is the reason it is a little bit bigger timeline. So draft direction we need to change. Here it is removing material. Actually we need to add some material from the top, then only we can clear it in on the tool. Direction I have given Z, neutral plane I have given that axis system whatever I used for sketch creation. Change the tooling direction so that now material is adding on the sides. So I have provided 0.5 draft. I think it is enough for the ribs. Now I am going to trim the unwanted material, removing the unwanted material by using the trim option. So this error I am getting because the splitter surface which I have taken on the B surface, now it is modifying because adding this material. So what I am going to do is I am just going to isolate it. So if you are getting error, just check what it is and where you are getting the issue. So if I isolate this surface, I won't get that error. I'm not going to change anything. If my B surface is changing, in that scenario, once again I need to give that one. As of now, there is no issues if I isolate that surface. So now I can able to trim it. So in this video, we have seen the rib creation and doghouse, clip tower doghouse creation and design rule for the doghouse, clip towers, attachment features. So in next video, we will see the remaining features. Thanks for watching this video. In video description, I have provided the link to download free practice model. Please subscribe to this channel.